Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's match. We have the Flock versus the Hangzhou Bark. I'm Gordo here with my assistant, Puppy.
I'm not your assistant.
You are my assistant.
All right, fine. Yeah, and I'm pretty intrigued to see what's going to be going on today because if anyone was watching the Intermediate A matches yesterday, we watched a similar scenario where Vitalize went up against DKE, and the lower seeded team actually ended up sweeping the higher seeded team. So we're wondering if Hangzhou Bark will be able to do that to the Flock today.
Honestly, it's very much possible. I think at this point, we can't really underestimate any teams. They seem to all want to be just winning their matches before playoffs.
Definitely, and it's going to be interesting to see how it ends up because looking at the schedule, the Flock is competing for what looks like, I mean, they're competing for the second place spot in advanced overall, but they need to win out and hope that Flush drops a game maybe to solidify themselves as the second seed.
Exactly.
So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out today. But I mean, if we're looking at any kind of prediction, I think most people will think this game is going in the direction of the Flock.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know really much about these teams. However, a lot of compositions that have been running are more like kind of bunker or brawl. So I think, and we've seen whichever team has the better kind of brawl kind of more often than not win.
Yeah, it depends. For me, like what I've been seeing, it seems like the team that commits more to their composition strengths ends up pulling it out. Because like while individual talent will do a lot, when you're playing these double shield comps, it's really more about who just plays more to their strengths. But I mean, I'm going to be really curious to see which play style both these teams pull out. Will it be brawl? Will it be double shield? Will it be something else? Some kind of hybrid? We don't really know.
Yeah, who knows? We might end up seeing another Torb being played.
Yeah, Torb can provide a good amount of value, but
yeah, I mean, we're probably going on Ilios first. Actually, we're going straight to Nepal.
Come on, man. It says right there.
Listen, all right, we're going straight to Nepal. So Torb actually works very well in this first map. But so
especially on Sanctum, where there's lots of these different angles and sightlines where you can put your turret to put pressure on the other team and their backline. I feel like Torb can provide a lot of value in that sense.
Yeah, you ask me, they'll be going for probably a double shield instead of going for a brawl. This is more of a, wait your time, see what you can get.
Looking at, I mean, we don't really know if they're going to stick with these comps.
Monkey.
But it'd be great to see some monkey ball pulled out, but
yes,
it really hasn't been favored, especially with Ana out of the meta. It's really hard to play a consistent monkey.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Monkey still works very well. I think Monkey works very good against this kind of dive composition because while you're trying to pay attention to the Monkey, it's like running a Pharah and Bastion. There are so many angles that you have to focus on and pay attention to that the Monkey just has so much value. That's right, we're seeing Monkey being played. Let's go.
Yeah, it looks like Flock's kind of pulling out like this hybrid dive / bunker. I don't really know what they're playing for here.
They're probably wanting to zone people out. You see, they can't really come on to point because the moment they do, Monkey can jump down, but they actually get to jump in immediately. The Fly just taking the aggression in, no one really getting low except for Bob the Portal, who immediately gets picked off because he dives way too in. But the Orisa gets down. The Tracer Nero
gets two.
He's getting two, starting to win off the point, but they're gonna need a bit more if they want to start winning because immediately Surf gets picked. That's honestly a very bad waste, but they managed to cap point.
Yeah, Flock gets the first cap, but it looks like Bark's gonna have the more sustain to be able to retake in the end.
Fertile immediately wasting. Yep, they're on. Oh, high noon.
Aces High gets two.
Yep, he gets. Oh,
the triple
Surf! No, dude! Oh my god, dude, I lost.
Oh.
Right. This is not what you want to see. They capped point first, so they're look at that. They're just collecting more time. Oh, poor Hangzhou Bark. They're all sitting there.
Yeah, Surf kind of pulled that out of his back pocket. Like that's not a play you can consistently pull off.
I don't think Ball has enough shoulders to be carrying on this as they immediately dive down. They're pushing on. Immortality being thrown out. A Primal looking for anything, actually finding some picks. They waste 2 ults into that fight. But they managed to win it out, so it's not really that much of a waste. That's very good. They're putting on the pressure, and there's 2 what you want to be seeing with this dive. It's not really run a lot, so Hangzhou Bark probably don't understand how to counter this.
Yeah, and I think that Flock's just doing a really good job of setting the tempo. It seems like Hangzhou is just kind of sitting back and waiting for stuff to happen while Flock is taking the fight to them.
Yeah, when they first won the point, they didn't really pressure on, they just waited. Dragon's coming out to split off, not really finding anyone. Immediately, Juice is going to jump onto point, being pressured by the Tracer. Alter coming out, we have Sound Barrier and Immortality wasted. That's kind of a bad position, but it was a save. Immediately, Moira getting picked. They're probably going to want to stagger this point. I think that they want to save it up to at least 99%, or at least somewhere in that area. They've already reached a somewhat one-fight territory, but they have to leave point and not stagger it out anymore.
Flock wants to get out here before they start staggering and giving a bolt charge. I am kind of confused as to why both the Immortality Field and the Sound Barrier were used at the same time, but I mean, in the end, they won the point, and they do have a lot of ults coming up.
Yeah, Immortality's back, so it's not really that big of an issue, but in any long drawn-out fight, that would have been a major fault. Let's see Ball immediately diving in, Monkey coming in now. They're looking, immediately getting surf off the map, revenge, boom! The Mullen Core coming out looking for anything, but it doesn't even find anything. They still recap point because Juice just didn't touch it. So they're going to be getting this back up to 90.
Oh!
They're still trying to...
got the double boop.
If they would have got that double boop, I honestly would have cried. Flock would have been my new favorite team.
It wouldn't have won them the point, but it would have just added a few style points onto Surf's resume.
Yeah, but look at this, they're at 97%. This is literal one-fight territory. All Flock has to do is get one good fight, or either one sloppy fight, where Hangzhou Bark mess up. Immediately Ball coming out, diving in, they're going to be combo diving, and look at that, they get the Baptiste! Dragon's coming out, they've already got the Sigma, the advantage is there, this is what they needed, they got that one good fight as they immediately dive. The Immortality doesn't come out to save his team, and look at that, they're not going to be able to touch point, it's all over, and map 1 will be going to the Flock.
Yeah, Flock was playing a really good comp when it comes to just bringing out the burst damage, and when they focus all their damage onto one target, they can melt it down immediately. And they're doing a really good job of playing to that strength, and they're not letting Hangzhou have the ability to sit back and poke and do what they want to do.
Honestly, also, Surf is kind of insane on Ball.
Yeah, Surf did make a few really clutch plays, especially on that first cap with the triple boop and then the extra kill at the end of that. That really did pull out the win for them.
Yeah, that was, but we might be, we'll be seeing Ryan Zarya versus a Ryan Orisa, so double shield versus a straight up composition.
Yeah.
Who do you think has the advantage in this one?
Looking at how this point operates in general, both teams are running the main McCree, so they both want to get to point first. They both want to take like area control. I think double shield as a composition will take advantage of this more, just because they have time to wait and whittle down the other team's resources before.
Oh, they're split up. The McCree immediately getting picked. Pepperoli already out.
It's Peter. Come on, man.
Oh no, dude. Cut the bot.
No.
Immediately Fire Strike coming out. They're one down, but they want to commit to this fight. However, the wall is off. Mei is alone looking for anything, but they leave the Mei alone. The charge coming out, it's outside the Immortality field. However, it doesn't matter because Fudo gets picked off. That fight is done. They can't recover this without a very good clutch play. But however, they're just kind of trying to stagger the point off. But it doesn't even matter. They're not dying either. They need to be staggering out of here.
The Reinhardt getting picked off sucks. That kills the fight. But what I think really killed it was Aces High getting the first pick off on Peter. Just because without that McCree, you're lacking a ton of consistent burst damage, and your team just can't get those final blows that they need.
Yeah, like Spider-Man can only be at one place at a time, and you know, if he's not, look at that, the Mei being split off, they break down the wall immediately though. Wall's coming out with the high noon, looking for any pick. This is a problem, and instantly gets to Lucio, the fight is over. Without that Lucio, you don't have the rotations, there's not much you can do.
Yeah, Flock just wants to get out.
Ace has free range. The Flock, they have entered into their coosting net. No, that's not how you say it.
Oh no. Yeah, but the thing is, McCree got a lot of value beforehand when D.Va was in meta, but without D.Va, you get your flashes won't get eaten, your shots won't get eaten. Like, it's just lots of free value.
Yeah, look at this. They're going to be rotating down onto the bottom point. They're trying to find anything. However, I still think this favors Hangzhou Bark. Grab coming out, but it walls off. There's no follow-up. Where's the follow-up? Immediately, Mayo coming out. Juice having to split himself off. However, Ace gets the Mei. That's very valuable. But Fertile gets the Lucio. This is still in the favor of Hangzhou Park. Immediately Coalescence coming out looking for anything. Ice Wall coming out, blocking them off. Fertile immediately gets picked. This is very bad. They're getting picked off. This is not a good, like, map fight for them so far.
Definitely. I mean, looking at what Flock wants to take the fight quickly, they want to end it quickly. Wow.
Wait, whoa, that...
Oh, the lamp? The window, I mean?
Yeah, the window immediately being used to try to pick them off. Honestly, it's a bit of a waste. I don't think he had already wasted Immortality. I think he should have saved it. At this point, this would have been amazing to use. Hindsight. But it doesn't matter because Ace is just getting these picks. When Ace picks off these fights immediately, he wins the fight for the Hangzhou Park, keeping it up, using High Noon, immediately getting the Doomfist. That's a very valuable pick. Now there's almost no way that they can win this. There's no quick value. Immediately the charge, counter charge going in, staggering him out. The only person left on point is is Moira, but Moira's not even touching point. He's really gonna try to hold it off, but it doesn't matter. You immediately get picked. You are out of here. This is the Flock's nest, but it doesn't even matter because they're here. They're here to shit on your eggs.
Yeah. It's like Flock. I mean, Flock and Bark are now tied. This is great, but that point really was won on the moment the doors opened for spawn, because the comp that Bark is running has so much more sustain than the comp that Flock is running. So if Bark does manage to get the first cap, it's going to be really hard to dislodge them.
Yeah. Honestly, Hangzhou Park was just able to sit there, wait for Ace, because they had so many shields that they were just able to rotate the shields around. Ace was able to look for a pick while the Flock were just trying to rotate around, but this part of the map does not favor that. Double shield really works well on this, as they get to hold all the angles. Like, definitely. Even if you ran a Pharah, those shields are just going to be sitting there holding like, you know, you can't do much. Yeah. B-Boost coming out, the charge going straight in, they both meet up, Fire Strike's out, the Zarya bubble going in, trying to find an aggressive position. The wall is coming off, but sadly, Hangzhou Park misses the wall. Immortality coming out, they're looking for anything. They actually aggress on this, and this is what you want to see. They're aggressing on this, they're looking for those picks. However, they lost the Reinhardt, so this isn't in their favor anymore. But it seems that they want to wait. They're looking for something. They're not going to let them have point, are they? No, it's too late. They wait. The ice wall coming out, blocking them off. It doesn't matter. Juice is going down. No, they actually saved Juice just in time. He's going to be frozen every CC in the game. We're free picked off. This goes in the favor of Ace, as immediately that wall comes off. Shatter, getting no one missing. However, the Flock manages to clutch it out just at the end, winning this.
Yeah, it looks like the reason that fight was won was more just because the Flock got their ults first and made use of them. That Coalescence coming out from Akahap, I guess. Yeah, that Coalescence gave them the sustain to last that long, drawn-out fight.
I think what really mattered there, but with coming up for this, and including in this fight, Bab is coming out, yeah. But Immortality, Bab is going to be getting his ult faster. Everyone else still has their ult. However, look at this. They're able to win this fight, even though the grab is thrown out first. They're looking for these picks. They're finding everyone, and this is how they win this. Peter finds the pick on the Arista, but it doesn't even matter. The Mei, look at that. They cap point right on the 50%. That's not what you want to see. They could have been holding that point. I think that they should have stayed on point. Let them come to them. This is a brawl comp. Sure, you want to be coming up to them, but they had every sight line right there. They had the shield.
That was also great discipline coming out from the support line from Hangzhou Bark. They didn't stack up the use of that Immortality field and that sound barrier. So now they have the resource of the sound barrier coming up to the next fight, so they can match Flock's one if they want to engage with it.
Any other team would have probably burst out sound barrier because you fear the burst damage coming onto your team. However, the discipline is actually just really good. They're gonna be rotating around, coming up to this side. Oh, they're split off, but immediately, look at that! The High Noon gets the 2 picks. Sure, the Reinhardt's gone, but now they have the advantage. Shatter coming out, getting that Zarya. The charge missing. This is in favor of the Hangzhou Park right now, but let's see if they can flush it out. They're looking for anything. Look at that, the sound barrier coming off. They want to stagger this out. The counter sound barrier is coming off. They want to get this out. However, look at this. Fertile will be coming back to point first. This is now in the favor of the Flock. Let's see if they can stagger it out more. I don't know if they'll be... Oh!
Shatter! No!
He's a bot. Fertile shatters balls Nero. Ice walls him up. That's not what you want to see, dude. That is actually so bad. They're going to be staggering on...
That's just an unlucky situation.
Yeah, Fertile shatters haven't been the best so far. And honest, I gotta say, that's not a good performance you want to be seeing.
I mean, he's been doing a good job of engaging with his team, but the issue is when you're playing against double shield, the shatters you want to be going for are definitely more value shatters. You want to be
Yeah,
shattering a Lucio, a Batiste, or maybe a Mei.
yeah, you want to be getting off the either the Mei or the tanks, or this Lucio. The Lucio is
Yeah.
by far the highest value. The rotations are what they need. But look at this, they're entering in, they're getting close to the Hangzhou Barks area. They're going to be looking for some kind of wall-off kick. They're playing carefully. Immediately the Mei ult coming off, grab, splitting them off. Hanu getting the 2 picks. Those are amazing. They have no frontline presence. This is the Hangzhou Barks free win.
Yeah, I mean,
capture.
The Blizzard honestly did a really good job there, not only because it froze up some of the enemy team, but also prevented any follow-up on Surf's grab.
Yeah, the ice wall kind of blocked them off too for that grab, so the High Noon was just able to sit there and kind of contest them. They weren't paying attention, and that caused Ace to get those 2 picks. Now we're in one-fight territory. All they have is the Coalescence who will be coming up with the Shatter. Let's see if they can make any good use of it. The wall coming off, the Shatters are rotate around. It doesn't matter. They break through it, but they're panicking. They're looking for anything at this point. Let's see if they can pop out anything. Shatter not really finding anything, and he's blocked by the Orisa thing. Stomper coming off, Juice finding that valuable pick. This is not looking good on the side of the flight. They had a very good first map. However, it seems that they're kind of choking on this point. They're not rotating around. They're not doing much. They're kind of fighting into this double shield. Their charge they're leaving the Mei immediately. Flock actually throwing out the Mei. Oh, that's very good. It's possible they freeze the Orisa. But this is still a kind of in-between fight. It is in favor of the Flock. But let's see if they're actually... It might be there.
And because basically the Flock just got their Blizzard first.
Oh, look at that, Juice. He switched to Hammond last second, but then switches back to Reinhardt. I don't remember his ult charge but still, that's not what you want.
Yeah, he used his ult towards the end of the fight, so it's not really going to lose too much.
Yeah, look at that. We got some switches immediately onto the ball and Moira. This is for a more sustained, staggering composition. They want to hold that point, especially because this is back onto 97, 98. They're contesting point. Let's see. They have enough to...
Ace is
think that's what you need. Ace is finding this. However, Surf finds Juice. Ace finds the Lucio. That Lucio was very close to a sound barrier. It doesn't even matter. Look at that. They're throwing out the grab. They're throwing it out. It doesn't even matter. And look at this. What a Taylor Swift song. Because this is a breakup right now. The Hangzhou Bark have one map control, but they finally get that Moira. And now they have won the point. Duke is trying to come on looking for anything. Immediately getting Ace. That's actually... Oh my god, Peter Parker.
This stall from the Lucio, and
it doesn't even matter. Ball comes on, but it doesn't matter. The Hangzhou Bark taking their claim onto Nepal, taking the first point.
Yeah, I mean, Hangzhou Bark towards the end, I honestly thought they lost it just because the Flock got that Blizzard first, and that cleaned up the point. But they did a really good job of staggering their entrances on that stall and gave their Mei enough time. Oh, that boost.
Honestly, I think the difference in what worked and what didn't was when the Flock were running their dive, they seemed very comfortable, or at least very planned on it when they had the ball on. So they were waiting and they were able to get only the environmental kills. But I think in general, Hangzhou Bark is just outplaying the Flock.
Yeah, I mean, especially when it comes to those brawl double shieldish comps, Bark has just kind of had the advantage here. Though I will say the Flock has kept it extremely close.
Yeah, they're still putting up some kind of a fight, but honestly, it almost feels like a dying fire. They were just trying to hold on to any flame.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of their caps have been based on just an ult coming out at the right time, or them just outliving the Bark rather than actually full on winning fights. So.
I'm hoping to see some also better frontline play from Fertile. You see, Fertile, the reason why Fertile died so much was he ran in, the ice wall would come out. He wasn't disciplined. He just ran in there looking for anything with the charge, or would get a shatter off, but then shatter into the shield. Or as we saw, when they shattered, immediately just going.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, but it seemed like he was kind of losing positional battle a little bit, because if you're not, a lot of the value from double shield does come from that Orisa shield and being able to stay in one place. And like once Orisa's gold comes out, she's got that survivability. But if you start pushing past that shield and forcing her to get uncomfortable in that scenario, like face to face with a Reinhardt and a Zarya, then you can start breaking apart that composition. But they kind of weren't doing that because he was getting picked off at the beginning of fights.
Do you think the Flock would have played better if they stuck on that Woodson?
I wouldn't be able to say that just because I feel like dive is much more viable on Sanctum than any other map. But I mean, I feel like you can't discredit the picks that Aces has been getting at the beginning of almost every single fight. It seems like every time a fight starts, Flock is coming into the fight down one because Aces High has just been picking off someone in the back line.
We're gonna be up. They accidentally picked the wrong map, so we're gonna have to be waiting a bit longer as they picked a hybrid map instead of the UCP. We're going straight to Volskaya.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be surprised to see. I'm gonna be intrigued to see what DPS changes are being made.
Yeah, I mean, but I think this actually favors the Hangzhou Bark a little because Volskaya really favors double shield.
Yeah, the Ryan Orisa comp is it's a pretty good comp on this map, just because you can control some of the silence with Orisa, but also if you have that Lucio, you can make those quick rotations to meet up with the other team wherever they want to go.
Hangzhou Bark actually will be taking first defense onto this.
And I mean, if the Flock wants to pull this back, not only does their tank line need to clean up their play a little bit, I also do think that their DPS needs to start winning their 1v1s a little bit more. And that's not saying that they're any less mechanically skilled or anything like that, but it just looks like Aces High is just getting the better of Peter today.
Yeah, I have to say, Ace is just kind of popping off. He's showing that Spider-Man is a menace, you know?
Peter Lee's not getting as much value as Aces, but I mean, hopefully they can pull it back and maybe pull in the win here and bring it back to 1-1. Oh, someone is apparently not ready on Bark.
Come on, Bark. You got to be ready. All right, we're working on a budget here. We don't pay for this. We don't get paid.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep pulling out the May McCree. It provides so much value when it comes to just controlling space in general and preventing other teams from getting over aggressive and being able to punish that kind of play. So, I mean, I'm going to be interested to see how both these teams approach this map.
Exactly. All right, Juice actually giving us the R, so we might be... Yeah, we're going straight into Volskaya. I think Hangzhou Bark actually favors this map, but I do believe it doesn't matter how much you are favored in this map, you can always bring it back, and I do think Flock might actually win this, because anytime you underestimate the opponent, they always bring it back. That's always what I've seen.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that might have been what first map was. I mean, Control is a map type that can generally go towards the worst team. And I mean, Bark's coming in with a -17 map difference.
Look at this.
Flock's got a +13, so.
Look at this. This is just what we expected. Hangzhou Bark running that double shield.
Yeah,
favors them.
Yeah, both teams are pulling out it seems like what they're comfortable on, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this is a bit off topic, but Juice and YOLO God, they have the most quick play kind of names I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, YOLO God is quite the quick play name. You know, it's one of the ones you'll see. It's the person that just turned level 25 and he's asking you why you won't switch to Reinhardt.
Yeah, dude, he's running the Widowmaker. Like, come on, bro. I'm top 500 Smurf.
Yeah.
But either way, we're gonna be seeing what we saw on Nepal, which is double shield. Oh wait, double shield versus double shield. No.
Oh no.
No, never mind.
It looks like Flock wants to keep up this brawl comp, but I'm kind of interested as to why the Hangzhou Bark want to hold on this top right high ground.
Yeah, they're giving up so much space, but we'll have to see what they do. Look at this. Flock immediately have to rotate all around. They'll be holding mega point. Wait, actually, I think this kind of gives them. Look, they can immediately charge in.
They're meeting on Cat.
Yeah, and look, they get the stun. The wall coming out. Fertile out of position now. Unfortunately, going to probably be picked. No, he jumps down. They need to just touch point. I think this is what they need to be doing. Look at that. They immediately get juice. As long as they're holding off on the point, they've won this. Honestly, I think the Hangzhou Bark kind of threw there. They immediately engaged on them, but I don't think their composition works for that.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, like, they lose the head-to-head fight when it comes to Brawl, but also their starting position literally just gave the Flock exactly what they wanted. It gave them space.
Look at this YOLO God switching onto that Zarya.
Oh, we're going for a full Brawl today.
I think this now favors the Bark. They've been running this since Nepal, so they obviously run this more often than not. Look at that Reinhardt sneaky da-da. 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 He's just vibing. Look at this, they're gonna be charging in. speed boost probably gonna come out in a second. They're waiting, they're being patient, they're looking to see if any ult. They may look at the wall off window coming out. However, it's split off. It's a waste. Big shatter coming from Fertile. I am so sorry, Fertile, for ever saying something bad about you. That 3 coming out, winning the point for you, getting tick 1, immediately coalescing to look for any stragglers. Point 2, Lucio's gonna be having coming out. However, it doesn't matter. The high noon's out.
Wow.
Look at that, 5 minutes and 21 seconds.
Wow.
That is an amazing time bank.
Yeah, I mean, Flock came into that map looking. Their eyes are red. They're coming in. They want vengeance. They are very upset that they won that first point. Apparently, they lost that first map. Apparently.
All I can hear is the uka chakas as the chants go on inside the Flock's brain, where they turn on these gears. And look. I think if as long as they get to play this brawl comp, as long as they get to run in with Ryan Zarya, they'll win because they won't be able to beat the double shield. They didn't seem comfortable fighting against it. They just didn't understand.
Yeah.
But
and like I think Flock, when like it seems like when they're taking the fight to the Bark, they're just like they're able to push in further. They're able to get more damage done. Like I mean, like if you looked at how that match was played, a lot of it was like those fights they won. It's just because Fortle took the issue to the other team and started winning those fights.
Yeah, most people would call that feeding, but I call that winning.
Yeah, I mean he was definitely taking the aggressive side, which I appreciate as a Reinhardt player.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call him Ryan Fortle Daddy right now because he's really putting on this dominance. We're gonna be seeing mirror comps coming out of this though.
You don't have to call him that, by the way.
Well, I'm not seeing any objections from Fertile.
Oh no. But yeah, I think the position that the Flock's pulling up right now is much more advantageous than holding that right side, just because it gives you more adaptability to what the other team's gonna be running. Oh, and never mind, they're holding the top right. Oh no, they're holding the high.
No, they're holding up. McCree misses the jump, so he's gonna be a bit of out of position for a couple. Let's see if they can actually take advantage of this. Let's see what the Flock do. They're immediately trying to rotate onto high ground. I don't think that's the high ground you want to be going to though.
Yeah. Flock has the ability to basically choose whenever they want to engage.
They're waiting for that speed boost. You shouldn't be wasting speed boost outside of the gates for this reason. Look at this, they're immediately speed boosting. That's such a waste, and Juice gets picked because of it.
Yeah, Hangzhou Bark's juice just kind of falls because the
look at that, and they're gonna aggress on it. Good job. This is actually really good. Sure, that ice wall comes out, but doesn't matter. You're not paying attention to that Zarya. The Zarya is gonna be pictured. The Mei gets out. It doesn't even matter. What a song hit, a one-hit wonder as the Flock just win that map win due to the amazing ice wall.
Yeah, they win that first point not only because of that wall, but also because it looks like the Bark just like didn't disengage. Like the Bark didn't back up. They just sat there.
No, they waited there like a prom night dumpster baby. They just sat there alone, kind of just waiting for someone to find them.
Yeah, they're I mean,
they're gonna go back to rotate. Look at that. They immediately get walled off. They break it immediately, but they're not actually, the Flock aren't gonna have ice wall kind of box them in like they did before, immediately rotating on. I don't think this is the best rotation you could have.
Yeah, it is really telegraphed to what to the Flock. Like the Flock knows exactly where the Bark's trying to go.
But look, both coalescents are gonna be coming out. But however, this fate. Look, wait, he fell off. Oh my God, he fell off. He threw it.
Oh no.
He faded off immediately going into that between point. Is he Raucous? My man is Raucous because he fell off the map. And look at that. Because of that, they don't have that coalescence, and they have to end up just feeding themselves.
Yeah, that's something.
And look at that! Oh my God!
The question marks are coming out. Oh no!
Can we get a question mark in chat? Oh my God, dude! Oh my God!
The thing I like about the way the Flock's playing is that the Flock being able to sit on this hut, just it allows them to choose when they want to fight for whenever it's most advantageous for them.
Yeah, and it doesn't even matter. They can rotate left, rotate right. But look at that! They're in the center point. They see all eyes. And look, they're using the high noon. They have the high point advantage. They're trying. Where are they rotating?
The conga line.
Wait, the Mei taking point. They do get the Moira. That's very important. It seems that they have the advantage. They're finding these picks. Look at that. Nothing they did work. The Flock just kind of.
Why are they investing grab into this?
I don't. I'm really hoping that they switch in the end, but I still think that would have been very good to save for coming on to point 2. But honestly, they kind of choked there. Nope, he's not switching.
I mean, Fortle, Surf, and Nero all.
I really hope Surf Fat Fingers, because that's a TM37 right there.
Those all 3 of those ults are massive value ults, as they can just take someone out of a fight immediately. But they were all kind of just thrown out for naught.
Yeah, but look, they're gonna have High Noon, Coalescence, and Sound Barrier, while Hangzhou Bark will only have May ult and Shatter, but that's all you need to win a point.
Yeah, Flock does have the ult advantage coming into this one.
Exactly. Whoa, look at this! Immediately, they're kind of winning this. It doesn't matter that they lost the last point, because they're immediately putting on the aggression. And look at that, Surf manages to get somehow the boot kill, because YOLO God kind of yeets himself off, but remember, Surf's ability still puts a bit of the knockback.
Yeah.
They're actually over-aggressing right now.
I mean, they do have the advantage right now. The spawns haven't fully come in for...
Yeah, and they got
Dark
ace
yet.
high because of it. So, I mean, it was valuable.
Yeah, I would applaud that move.
Now look at this,
being able to
Fertle's
take
going to be
aggression.
coming up to a Shatter, but the High Noon's coming up for Ace. I think Ace has the better High Noon usage on this, so it is possible that he's going to be able to...
Not only that, but True Samurai also does have the Blizzard, which can honestly be a team-winning ultimate on its own if you use it correctly.
Yeah, I'd like to see something come out of the support for the Flock, though. They've been holding on to this for about 2 points. Yes, they've been winning it, but I think it's more valuable to the... Because you get Coalescence very fast. Look at the May Blizzard coming out, Coalescence... Sound Barrier coming out, not Coalescence for the enemy team. They're looking for anything High Noon. Ace, find Fortle. That's very good, but they need... Look, the Shatter coming out! But Peter gets Ace high. You don't want to be getting picked. This is 2 CP, of course. Look at that grab coming out. They're on point, though. They're going to be getting that first tick. No, they're being held onto it. Lucio staying onto it. No, they get off. First tick, getting off. What are they doing? The attackers are just having free range. The defenders aren't even touching. They're kind of just respecting them a little too much. And they should be throwing out this May ult. The grab coming out. Actually, this actually catches almost everyone. But it doesn't matter. They're not touching the point. The ball having to come on, looking for any kind of staggering thing. Look at that. They've almost given up the entire point. Yes, they have less time, 1 minute and 43 seconds currently, but it doesn't matter. They're not finding picks. The Hangzhou... Wait, he gets off point. What are you doing? You don't have the ability to get off point for a second. You need to stay on that. The Doom is missing. This is honestly messy. And YOLO finishes it out. Oh my god.
That was like that had to have been 1.5 minutes of stall.
That was very bad out of the side of the Flock. I don't know what their game plan was. They went on to point, they got off a point.
Well, I mean, in the end, they do have the Flock does have a 2 minute, what is it? Not even 2 minutes. They have almost a 4 minute advantage on the Bark. So I mean, if whatever they did to stall for that long worked. So
man, I don't know what can really happen here, because it seemed like they just crumbled, and I just want to see a more, I guess, dominant performance like they do on their attacks.
Yeah, I mean, just like what's it called? The Flock have been taking the fight to, they've been taking the fight to the Bark the entire map, honestly, and that's been giving them positional advantages and ult advantages.
If you ask me, it's honestly every other person that's kind of winning the fight. Fortle is winning the Ryan fight, but YOLO God's winning the Zarya. Nero's winning the May fight, but Ace High is winning the McCree fight, and the supports, well, they're kind of just hanging around. I don't really think I think they're kind of even. They're not really making any kind of shattering plays with their abilities.
I think I'm gonna give a little bit of an edge towards ACAP because he didn't fall off the map.
You know, that's fair, yeah. I'm going to be holding this against the Hangzhou Bark for the rest of the game, you know, falling off the map. That's a big F.
That was a Flock.
Look at this. Oh, Flock. Yeah, you're right. Look at this. They're actually...
The Maywall splits off.
They're waiting for the second. They're kind of rotating onto point, immediately getting juice. That's not what you want to see. You only have 1 minute and 16 seconds. Sure, you get that Moira, but it doesn't matter. Your team is free real estate, and you're in the ocean, because it's surfing time.
Oh, no. I mean, the losing your Rhine that early is just, it's a death sentence, because you don't have that cover that can move wherever you want to once the Rhine dies, and then McCree just gets free reign over your entire team.
And then all your friends are dead. And honestly, I think what's very upsetting about this is still, look at what the Flock have. 5 minutes and 21 seconds.
Yeah, it's...
Any team can be full health, but on Volskaya at first point, it's very hard to full hold someone with that much time. And look, that immediately, the wall comes out, they find that Lucio. Oh no. Oh no, dude.
If Bark doesn't get a single tick here, you have to give this map to the Flock immediately. Like, having 5 minutes in the time bank is a guaranteed win if you can If you can at least
I
push
just think
that
the
one
Flock
push.
work better in this composition. Look at this. They're waiting for the Lucio. Look at that. Zarya gets split off. They're more waiting. Stop waiting. Come onto point. And look at that. Your Zarya is so mad that they just over-aggress the ice wall coming out, blocking them off. But remember, they have high ground. They have ult. They're not respecting them. Fertile is low, but doesn't even go down. And look at this. They have the picks. And this is the Flock winning the point. They don't even actually get to touch it. They do activate overtime, but only because Lucio managed to tick it just a tiny bit. But it's over. The Flock showing their discipline, and I think that was just very bad management coming out of Hangzhou Bark.
Yeah, not only that, but Nero's Maywalls have been splitting off the Bark the entire time, and they just like, I don't know if they're just not staying as close together as they should be, or if it's just Nero making great plays. But alongside Fortal being able to engage when he has the advantage seems to be winning these fights every single time.
Honestly, I think it's just more because the Flock don't often get split up, or when they do, they don't wait. And this is what Hangzhou Bark's problem is. They sat there at that choke and they just waited, like, waiting for their pizza rolls, their pizza bites. Mom's not here to help you make the pizza bites, so you can't wait on that. Look at this. Ooh.
They're not. This is not what's gonna be.
This is not it, folks. This is not it, folks.
Well, I mean, they do have 5.5 minutes, so if they want to try something fun, they can try something fun.
I mean, we are seeing the soldier. I mean, I don't think they'll actually be sticking onto this. Yeah, I don't think they'll be sticking onto this, nor will they be sticking onto the ball.
But
yeah, they gave us a little tease. I'm honestly a little upset. I would have liked to see it. They have 5 minutes, but I don't think you want to be giving up any minute. Sure, you have that 5 minutes, but if Hangzhou Bark gets any momentum, they can start winning.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that Ace is pulling out the Soldier here. I mean, Soldier does provide a lot of consistent damage, but he has trouble finishing targets off, rather than the McCree, who is really good at finishing people off, and he has consistent damage. So, yeah, I mean, I'm wondering what the value the Soldier has.
Ace High will have to be putting on a big fight immediately. This is the rotation you want to be seeing. This is what they did last time, and which got them the point. They'll have control of the high ground and the Mega Health Pack, and that's what you want. That Mega Health Pack gives you a bit more sustain than the enemy team.
Definitely, and the Flock can take a long fight here. They have 5 minutes.
Look at that, they're rotating down. They're meeting each other. I mean, the Ryan gets closed off. Juice. This is the end of it. Poor Juice. He doesn't get the juice. They're winning it off. Look at them go. Nah. They're not losing. Chunga. Is that Chunky? I don't know, but Surf gets picked. It doesn't matter, though, as look at this. They have to give up point. That Juice pick, that's not what you wanted to see. And immediately, we go to a 1-1 as the Flock win it off on Volskaya.
Yeah, it looks like the Flock's definitely showing their record here. I mean, like, the issue there was that Juice engaged without the rest of his team. Like, it's not even like there was a miscommunication, but he was just a few feet ahead of the rest of his team, and that allowed him to get split off by Nero.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I just previously said that they don't get split off, but I think that was just a very lucky ice wall out of them.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it might have been lucky, but it also could have been just... I mean, Nero making that adjustment and being able to decide that, like, yes, if we block off this Rhine here, it's game over. Like, they had the opportunity to play a slow fight because they had 5 minutes, of course, but they saw the opportunity and they took it.
Yeah, Hangzhou Bark, honestly, their biggest problem is just, I think, might be a bit of communication issues. They do one thing, but then they do another, and it's kind of going very weird about it.
That and the Flock is being very decisive with what they do. Like, everything they do, they're doing as a group and they're doing it quickly. Like, there's not a lot of downtime between every single action they make.
Yeah, honestly, I don't want to say this is one-sided.
I mean, that map was the control was pretty even. That map was definitely showed that the Flock can maybe even pull out the next 2 wins.
Yeah, we'll have to see what we get on hybrid, but Nero's actually using the bathroom right now. Kind of getting rid of those minerals, you know.
Typical. But the hybrid can be pretty friendly to. It's hybrid next, right?
Yes.
If it is, yeah. It's like, I mean, it can be pretty friendly to these brawl comps, but I mean, it'd be interesting to see if Flock wants to pull out another dive if Nimbani comes out. That'd be a fun one to watch. But I mean, it really depends on what they've practiced. I don't see them straying too far away from this brawl comp they've been using all night.
Yeah, I mean, I love dive. Personally, Winston's one of my favorite characters to be seen played, so I'm really hoping we do get to see Monkey.
Yeah. It'd be fun to watch, but you can't. I mean, if your team's been doing well in Brawl, I see no reason to change it.
I mean, obviously so, and I think this is what the Flock flourish on. Hanjo Bart couldn't beat them at that composition, but they could only win at double shield because the Flock would just run into it and the DPSs couldn't get the picks. But since there
Yeah.
was no extra shields, the DPS and the supports were able to find what they needed.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that the Bark decide what they want to run this time. Like they didn't switch it up. They played double shield for a little bit, but then they switched back to the brawl to try and mirror. So I want to see if they try and go back to that double shield comp again. Oh, it
Yeah.
looks like the pick's Hollywood.
This is a very favored map. A lot of teams scrim against this.
Yeah, Hollywood can be a not very fun map to attack against double shield if it's the Orisa Sigma.
No, it's
But
kind of
with
sleeper if you ask me.
yeah, I mean, I'm not a massive fan of it sometimes, but definitely second and third point they're really interesting when it comes to brawl comps because they kind of funnel your team almost into a narrow passageway similar to the way King's Row does. So I mean, I'll be interested to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
That being said, though, a lot of teams do like to pull out double sniper, so maybe something along those lines might come out.
Yeah,
Or
I think
we'll just be
Hanjo
seeing
Bark
the
might
same
run.
thing.
Hanjo Bark definitely have at least Ace High is a very good DPS player. So I think if they
Mhm.
do run double sniper, they could flourish on it.
Yeah, I mean, True Samurai's been playing a pretty good Mei too, but I mean, then again, some people are just some Mei's not generally the hardest hero to play, but I mean, maybe we'll see what they pull out.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes left to see what's gonna be going on in the next map.
Yeah, we're gonna be taking our time. They have 2 minutes left. We get R from Hawks, but we'll have to be waiting.
Yeah, we got an R from the Flock, but we don't know about the Bark.
Wait a
There we
minute.
go.
Oh, that's ironic.
What? What's
The
ironic?
Hawks, the Flock, Kaka.
Well, I mean, I guess. I mean,
Dude, it's irony. It's irony.
that's not what ironic means.
Yes, it is.
All right.
The person with the bird name is on a bird-like team. That's ironic.
I don't know if that's what you consider ironic.
Yes, it is.
I'll let you feel like you're right.
No, what do you mean? What do you mean? You know what? Whatever. We got 10 seconds. I got 10 seconds to prove my point.
Yeah, we'll
All
see
right.
what
Do I
we'll
need
see
to
what
use
these
Siri? I will use Siri, dude.
No, you don't do that.
Fine, whatever. No, you're being mean. We're gonna be seeing immediately the double shield coming out of the side of the Hanjo Bark.
Yeah, they're gonna. It looks like they're kind of going back to what they're more comfortable on. When you're on your first map and you pull out the Rein Orisa, it usually means that's your default pick. That's what you want to be pulling out. That's what you're comfortable on. And yeah, I mean, it looks like they're gonna want to place. They're going to play in your face. They want to control space with the Mei and the McCree.
I really hope Peter sticks on that Junkrat. Junkrat's really good against double shield.
Yeah. Not only that, but with the absence of Diva, that spam damage and that ability to get on high ground uncontested, like can wreak havoc on another team.
Yeah, here they go, immediately running out onto point.
Looks like we're gonna see these teams on their comfort comps.
Nope, Peter actually switches back to McCree. Peter, I don't like you no more. They're gonna immediately ice wall. They're gonna be rotating on high ground. They want to fight them here. Ace High getting Nero though. That's a very valuable pick. That they have no wall. They have no ice. There's no freeze. So look, they're rotating back.
Yeah, they're gonna wait and regroup.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't really like this. I just don't like seeing the time being wasted. But I can't understand that is the Mei being gone.
They did that, but also Surf ended up getting a pick on the other team's Mei, so they're at an advantage right now.
Look, they're switching rotations, going straight onto point. The grab, wait,
Sure.
grab is already charged. That's insane. I didn't.
Wow.
Oh my god, that was literally one fight. Surf is insane.
Not even a fight. That was like half of a fight. It was an engage. They lost someone
Dude,
early.
it's like meeting your parents-in-law, but you already got their daughter pregnant. He just came in like I'm the baby daddy. Oh my god.
But yeah, it's like, I mean, Surf also, like, not only that grab winning point exactly, but Surf getting that pick on True Samurai just opened up the point for them. Like, there was no space control from the Mei.
Yeah, look this. They're still gonna have a shatter. This is in the favor of the Flock. but the wall coming out, they managed to find the Ryan. That stops the push. Yep, the push is completely over. There's nothing they can do.
Yeah, I mean, Portal's Shatter gets blocked and then he gets killed, which it sucks. But also, I think the worst part about it is look at where the Bark are allowed to set up here. The Bark's basically just allowed to camp their doors and not give the Flock any space to operate here.
Yeah. Look at this. Oh, immediately the fight commencing. They're playing Ice Walls out. Immortality now being used. They immediately pick it off. He misses the charge though, but doesn't matter because they're getting these picks. Look at that. They're only wasting 2 ultimates into this fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Oh, Ace.
Ace
Ace getting the exit pick.
The Spanish Inquisition right out of here.
Yeah, you can't expect that one. But, I mean, coming into this fight, having only used the High Noon and the Coalescence, another grab for Smurf and for Surf in almost a Shatter for Portal, and almost the Blizzard from Neural. Like, that's pretty good.
Look at this, they're going to be using bongos, but it's split off.
Another great wall from Neural.
Yeah, look at that, Shatter coming out, only getting the bad
pass.
Yeah, it gets the bad. They're looking, they're
Juice gets 3.
Yeah, they need to finish this off. They have the abilities to. Oh, Ryan, get it in frozen, but it doesn't matter. Are they going to support? Yep, they support Foodle or whatever.
Yeah.
And yep, they win that. That was a very easy push.
Yeah.
I don't know what came out of the mindset of Hangzhou Bark. They kind of just waited. They just kind of waited, I think, too long.
I felt like, they just waited to use their abilities, and they didn't get the advantage. Oh, and they finish off the bad spawns.
Yeah, look at that. 4 minutes.
Yeah, 4 minutes and 45 seconds here is a lot, but I think what really won that fight was Nero being able to split off the tanks and basically took away their damage from the Bongo, because Bongo's sightline was cut off, and that decreased the amount of damage that both the Orisa and the Ryan were able to do, and it just allowed the Flock to isolate them.
Yeah, look at this. High Noon coming out, very aggressive. The wall coming out, but it doesn't matter. Speed. Look how aggressive it is. Jerry! He just pulled a Jerry, dude. He just pulled a Jerry. Look at that. As they immediately, they're not touching. They're not. Yep. Now they're touching point, but they have presence now. This is gonna be less than 4 minutes when they cap. But we have to see what they do. They're being steamrolled. How are they gonna stop this?
It's basically just stall scenario at this point. You can't get a clean fight
the
here.
ball coming out. Wait, they don't touch. Oh, but they touch point finally. Immortality coming out. The wall. The field. Looking for anyone. It's being used for healing Nero. Throws out the maid. That's gonna actually not. That's gonna push everyone off a point. Look at that 3 minutes.
That might have been a bit of a C9, maybe.
I don't know. Baptiste didn't jump on it though. He seemed a bit very scared. He saw the maid, and so he just didn't add point pressure. But you know, you're at 1 fight territory. You need to be sitting there ready for the fight.
Yeah. Other than getting picked early at the beginning of the map, I mean, Nero played a very, very clean game there. Like, that round was very good from him. His May walls were good. His blizzards were great. I mean, he was kind of showing up.
Yeah, but let's give some love to Surf and Frutal.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Surf charged that first grab insanely fast, and his ability to pick off True Samurai at the beginning really won the fight.
Surf is the new cute one, you know?
Surf kind of cute though.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I will have to say also, what is it? I'm just saying Hap, dude. I can't deal with these players.
Akahap. Go Akahap.
No, I can't deal with these player names. He's Hap, alright?
Yeah, he's Hap boy. Happy man.
Hap in 27. They played very well.
Just say EMP.
Oh shit.
Oh god. Yeah, just call him EMP. But I mean, they played very well. They did a good job of staying with their tanks and keeping their tanks alive and allowing Fortal and Surf to go aggressive and get that ult charge.
Yeah, they enabled them, and that's very good. That's the trust that you need from your support line.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of enabled their tank line the entire time, and it feels like whenever Fortal and Surf are allowed to get aggressive, the Flock just seem to win every fight when they can do that.
Yep, immediately they're running down, kind of testing the waters, seeing we have a mirror composition, but as we've seen, Flock more than not wins these fights. They're very split off right now. Now they're going to be moving into each other.
The Ryan shield gets broken.
And look at that, Peter gets True Samurai. Oh, they're going to be running into this. Surf finds Saz. The push is over. It doesn't matter. All your friends are dead. It's time to get out of here, Juice.
Yeah, the issue there was that Hangzhou Bark just kind of, they sat and choked because they were scared of that May wall. because like when they sat and choked, their Rhine shield got broken. They had to use their bubbles to stay alive.
Yeah,
and they just used so many resources that they were at a disadvantage the moment they got into a direct fight with the Flock.
Yeah, we need to be seeing some more leadership coming out of Juice, because they just waited there and that wasn't a good position to wait. Look at that, they immediately get walled off. And in most scenarios, they get picked right here. This is where they lose a fight. Oh, look at this. Peter immediately gets juiced. The fight is now over. And a high new coming out, getting tagged. Sure, Peter gets picked, but it doesn't matter. The fight's over.
Yeah, you've got to think that the Bark wants to switch it up this next fight and try and go and press point. Just because they're not going to win this high ground fight, because like they're using resources to get up there and they're going to be at an immediate disadvantage. What they've got to do is they've got to put point pressure on and force the Flock to come to them.
They're rotate, and look, that Ace immediately gets picked. That's not what you want. You need to rotate faster, stay together, don't peek. You guys are losing the fight. Ace High is a very good DPS, yes, but you do not have the high ground Anakin, alright?
Not only that, but I mean, the Flock is coming in with 4 ultimates, and the Bark only have 2 at the moment.
Dude,
no, they only have 1.
Big, so. Look at this. Sure, the 100 Bark has the name Juice as their player, but listen here. Look at that, they're holding the juice in their hand. High Noon coming out, finding no one immediately. The May Blizzard coming out. We're gonna be seeing. Yep. Wait, this might actually be what they need. The Shatter coming out, only finding the Moira. They actually managed to pick it off. Let's see. There's only heals on this side of the Flock, but I don't think they can clutch it out. I think they should be waiting for their Reinhardt. They don't have point presence. Sure, you have that May there. They'd be actually looking for that first dig. Now this is bad on the side of the Flock, as everyone is sitting there on point. Look at this. They're split in between. 3 on one side, 3 on the other. They're giving up point. Look at that. 2 ticks. A tick and a half. And now they're contesting point using Coalescence to sustain Portal. But look at that. Juice is now out of position. That's not what you want. Soundbarrier coming out to sustain his team. And now they've given up point. 100 Bark has no way to win this. They've lost Shatter. They've now lost the grab. And they've lost Coalescence. Peter winning, now showing that he can win the fight. He is a very good DPS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, but coming... You know, the Flock had to invest a lot into that fight to end up winning it. They used Beat, they used Blizzard, they used Coalescence, they used both tank ults. And looking at what the Hangzhou Bark have coming into this fight, they have 5 ultimates. So they could honestly just kind of press Q to win.
Yeah, honestly, I wish I was seeing a bit of Hangzhou so we could be seeing the Hangzhou Dragon, but that's honestly a bit too obvious, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to expect them to go with a grab here.
The wall coming off, grab, kind of floating, but it doesn't matter. Peter gets the pick. There's no High Noon. The High Noon is now canceled. Juice, they're winning off these fights, though, because they have the ult advantage. They have to pop most of them, saving the Shatter. They were on 19 seconds. That was almost a full hold. But
yeah, they popped. Yeah, they basically just pressed Q 4 times and won the fight. It wasn't because they played cleaner. It wasn't because of anything like that. They literally just overpowered them with ult economy.
Uh-huh.
But, I mean, saying that, they also just lost any advantage they had in ult economy beforehand. All they have is Shatter, and the Flock's coming up on a Blizzard. They've got Coalescence coming up soon. And I just...
It's gonna be Fordo's job to block this Shatter. If they can block this Shatter, never mind, it's already a free team fight.
Yeah, the May falling is a hard loss.
Yeah, they froze Juice, and they had Coalescence pressuring him. So look at that. It doesn't matter that they had basically no ultimates during the last fight because they're getting them back from this fight.
Yeah, it looks like both of these teams definitely have a DPS that's kind of performing out of their skin today. I mean, Ace's High is getting tons of picks. He's getting tons of those like little flanks that are putting pressure on the other team, while Nero's just been having these amazing walls and these amazing freezes that have enabled this team to push.
I love Nero right now. Nero's the Shatter coming out. It only finds the May.
Shatter's blocked.
Yep, they're not really trying to find anything. Look, they're being frozen. The May having to ice block off, but the point is over. You wasted 2 ults for that. They'll be rotating back onto 3 right now. So honestly, I do say that the fair trade. While on the other hand, 100 Bark is only gonna they're gonna actually mirror them in ultimates.
Yeah, it looks like this next fight's gonna be pretty much an ultimate fiesta.
I actually think 100 Bark has this in favor because look at that, they're gonna be having Blizzard coming up first.
Yeah, they're gonna have Blizzard soon, which is a fight-winning ultimate. But if Surf can get really good value out of his grab, to zone out the follow-up,
Yep,
I would...
immediately they're in the fight. Coalescence being popped, grab right out high noon. But Ace actually gets the revenge, gets surf, but Peter gets juiced. Which one has the better pick? I think the block Nero actually getting the mate, and this is where they win the point.
Wow. I mean, the only good thing you can say that came out of that fight from the from the Bark is that they didn't use a blizzard. I know he just charged it, but that's the only positive you could think of coming out of this. I mean,
but wait, Juice gets Portal.
Oh,
That's good.
they picked up the Reinhardt. That gives them the ability to push for free this point.
He was such out of position. Look at this. They have to give up so much space. Yeah, they've just barely left choke and we're on 20 seconds. But still, you're giving up all this space. They have time to plan and have preparation. That was such a bad call coming out of the side of the plot.
That overextension from Portal basically just gave at least half of streets for free to the Bark.
Let's see. Now there can be no mistakes. Shatter coming out. But look, it doesn't matter. They get frozen. Frodo protected by Pope, yeah. And then the Coalescence gets popped out, but it's blocked. Frodo actually gets picked though. The wall ice blizzard coming out, and look at this. Nero actually manages to clutch it out with that ice wall. It's still a fight to the death, and it seems that the flock are ready to roost inside their nest because they are going to be winning off Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, that honestly, like I think this map really did show the quality of the flock because the only fights that Bark won there were either just throwing in as many ults as they had, or it was someone on the flock just kind of making a dumb mistake and overextending. Like, there really wasn't, like, I don't know, the flock didn't really, I mean, the Bark didn't really win anything handily. They were kind of just mistakes or just throwing in ultimates.
Yeah, look at this. I think Nero well deserved that play. Nero was playing out of his mind. Consistent play was all maps. I think Nero right now is really helping their team win it out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, Surf's been making a lot of big plays. Fortal's made some big plays. Their support line's been doing a really good job of just like supporting their tanks.
It's making sure to keep them alive. It's insane.
Oh yeah. And like, I mean, but like, hats off to Nero and his great Mei walls and his blizzards. I mean, he's been doing a great job today. And I mean, it just kind of shows the difference that having a really impactful Mei versus a not as impactful Mei. Not saying that True Samurai has been playing bad by any chance, but just Nero's been getting so much more value from everything he does.
I mean, in comparison, he has been playing bad because he just hasn't had the ability to play good.
Yeah. And I mean, like, Ace's High has been kind of doing everything he can, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just a different approach that the Bark need to go with for this next map.
Yeah.
They're down 2-1. This is kind of do or die at this point.
Yeah, come on, Hangzhou Bark. You showed an amazing. I think if we ended up going to a map 5, Hangzhou Bark could win this out. They looked way better on the control points.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping this goes to a map 5 just because, I mean, control is a very hectic map type, and it can really allow the worst team to win.
Sir, I know you said we want to go to map 5, but I got pizza bites waiting in the oven. All right.
I mean, I would love to watch a map 5, but I feel like just map 5 is just a chaotic map, like chaotic type. So I don't know. It enables teams that aren't playing as well to win based on flashy plays.
Yeah, we're just waiting. We'll probably be going right onto Dorado if we're correct here.
I mean, what we saw in Inter the other day was a lot of double sniper. We saw lots of Pharah come out, and I'm wondering whether that will be pulled out today or whether they'll just stick with their comfortable brawl comps.
Yeah, I think the flock will be sticking on to what they do. They play it well. Nero is enabling his team to pop off, and the support line is also helping sustain them to pop off. However, the Hangzhou Bark, they're so split on what they do. It's like someone's trying to take control in the microphone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's like an organizational issue, but like they just kind of seem disheveled with what they want to do. Like I don't know, and they're literally just not playing as clean as the flock now.
No, they're they're just waiting. They worked well on double shield because you purposely work together. But when you're playing a composition where it's easy to get picked off because you're split, they look scared. They look like Stuart Little, right?
Yeah, I mean, like without having the second shield in place, like that stationary shield from the Orisa, players like Taz and Aces don't have that single location they know they can go go back for safety. With a Reinhardt's can drop their shields kind of without communicating it sometimes, whether it be to swing or to fire strike. So maybe that's an issue. I don't know. I can't see into their comms, but
yeah, actually we can. Let's go join their comms right now.
No, I'm not jumping into their lobby.
I don't know if we can league rules, you know, just to get a mid-view interview.
Let's not do that.
I mean, okay, fair.
Yeah, let's not. I don't think that's allowed. But I mean, I don't know. Like it's brawl. Like this brawl meta is like it's entertaining to watch, but I do kind of want to see them switch it up. I want to see some different heroes come out. I'd love to see a Widow, maybe a Pharah. Then again, they aren't the greatest picks right now.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, looks like the Flock's ready.
Yeah, Kakao right into the Roost net. They could end this right here, but let's see if they can keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see the Bark try and put up more of a fight this time because Volskaya and Hollywood were both very, very one-sided maps.
All right, we're gonna have to be waiting right on this. Just give it a bit.
Come on, Bark, get ready. God.
Ooh. Honestly, I do want to say, coming out of this, I think the better tank line right now is well, honestly, I think it's unfair because the Flock has just been showing a better performance. I'm pretty sure they're not the best tank line right now.
I mean, I can't say just because I haven't seen the other tank lines, but I mean, Fortal and Surf are both making plays in their own right.
No, yeah, but I'm meaning like in this match right now, if they're the better tanks. But I think it's unfair to say that someone's better than someone in a map because, you know, it's more about consistency rather than just the game.
Yeah, it's like not only that, but it's just like in these 1v1 matchups, it can feel like easy to compare other people. You know what I mean? Like you might want to compare certain players with each other, but
yeah, look at this. We actually have a problem because it seems that Flock wanted defense.
Oh no.
We might have to do a quick reset on the swap up.
It would be, I don't know. I feel like this is only an issue that people with the name Zach would do.
Oh, true. You know.
Yeah, this seems like a Zach issue.
Gonna have to cut his paycheck.
Yeah. What? One more week in the basement, Zach. Sorry.
Oh, yep. You're gonna no more
no more sunlight for you.
No more Kentucky jerk chicken, dude.
Oh no, it's God. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Jamaican Jerk Chicken, different things. There you
go. No more food. No more feeding.
Oh, yeah, there we go. There's the names.
Yep.
Cool. Blame Hawk.
We haven't.
All right.
All right, so, the deep side coming out of Puppy showing a bit of irritation out of his side.
No, it's just it's more of just like disappointment.
Yeah, you know, we're on advance. You know, with people with such high egos about themselves, that was a very novice move.
Look, if I wouldn't say advanced has the egos of any division. You know what I mean? If there's one division with egos, I don't think it'd be advanced. Just, you know, if you've read League Zero general chat, you know who.
I can't read, sir.
That is true. It has been confirmed today, here on April 12th, Easter of 2020. Gordo cannot read.
Dude, I don't even think Easter is like a real place.
Okay, look. All right. Surf is ready. Let's hopefully the Bark's ready soon. Man. I mean, all I'm saying is that it looks like the Flock will not be speedrunning today.
No, speedrun already ended. They didn't glitch. No.
They didn't finish in 40 minutes. I mean, but with that said, I do think that the Bark can pull it back if they continue to play like they did on map 1. Like kind of taking advantage of the chaos and taking advantage of the fact that not every fight will be perfectly clean.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Both teams are ready, and we'll head into Dorado.
Yeah, that was a very long R, honestly. We are quite possibly waiting for someone, but it doesn't even matter, because as we go straight into Dorado, that was a very long pause, honestly.
Oh, yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, but right on here, Flock going straight to defense instead of attack. We have a swearing in chat actually, so that's going to be a fine of $1,000.
Oh no, 1,000 points. That's what is that? A Class C?
Class C.
You lose 1 point, 1 map suspension. Oh no.
Oh no.
They're pulling out the Lastro.
Oh no, dude.
It's the Lastro.
The sex and big dick dudes.
No. God, match chat is what makes Overwatch a great place.
Honestly, yeah.
All right. I mean, looking at what both these teams want to come out with, again, the Flock's going with their brawl comp. They've had success with it. There's no reason to switch it.
Mhm. However, on the attack, if they stick on this Pharah Genji, it's kind of weird because this seems more like a kind of dive or distraction, but they're running double shield.
I mean, I don't think they'll keep the Genji, but if they do, I'd be really surprised as to where the Genji gets value here.
You got Alucard running out of spawn right now on Genji.
They're pulling out the Alucard pick, but I mean, like Genji here, what is Genji going to shoot here? Like McCree can flash him, Mei can freeze him, Moira can fade.
It doesn't matter how much you flank. Like, honestly, I'd rather see the Bastion as much of a cheese comp it would be. It's just the Genji doesn't work well on this, but you know, who knows? They can prove us wrong.
Yeah, I mean, like Genji's a very ultimate heavy hero, so unless you're getting value with your ultimate.
Yeah, look at this rotation coming out. Now they're just giving True Samurai free reign, but look at that True Samurai.
True Samurai's at 1.
They're wasting immortality out. They're almost dead. They're looking for any picks that they can on the side of block, but the Hangzhou Mark are just moving back. But look at this. Look how much pressure they added onto that Pharah into the entire team.
Yeah, I mean, Bark did a really good job of disengaging there because, I mean, their advantage comes from being at range and being able to do damage at range. So they did a pretty good job of kiting. Oh, yeah, the wall.
The Flock are having more ults immediately they get G, so that kind of ends the fight for them right now. The Sigma can only do so much. They're now just getting ult charge as Surf gets the Pharah in the air. Surf
with 3.
Honestly, Surf has just been playing very well on this Zarya.
Surf with the 4th. Wow. I mean, I just like, I don't like the Genji does have blades soon, but
they don't have nano.
Not only that, but like like on his band, so they can't nano it. But also, like, what value does he get?
Yeah, I mean, like, look at this. On the side of Flock, they have the grab, and if you ever want to be dirty, you just grab the Genji immediately. Yeah. They can rotate, and look at this. Mei Blizzard's coming out. They can immediately Blizzard, freeze, add pressure to Ace. Ace has to play so patient and so well just to make sure that he doesn't get picked. And look at this. Nero and the McCree actually in the back. They seem to not know that they're actually wait, look, they're rotating behind.
Oh, they're taking the defensive spot.
Wait, but they're split. They're confused. They don't know where to go. They were looking to see if they were rotating, but it took them long. They didn't have enough time to set up. Immediately, Blade blocked off. Blade coming out. True Samurai actually winning the fight more. Blade being used for the cleanup. What an amazing ultimate from True Samurai.
Yeah, I mean, what happened there is that the DPS on the Bark were able to set up a pincer attack, where True Samurai was able to shoot from the top right, while Aces was able to go in with the rest of his team and combo with Juice.
Yeah, but look at this. Flock are gonna have 6 ults. They can win by just pressing Q. Let's see if they can nip them in the butt. Shatter coming off. Somehow getting Sigma! But oh my god. I don't know how that happened. Jeff Clapham will be hearing from their lawyers as they manage to win back the point, popping out every ult but McCree and Sound Barrier.
Yeah, I mean, the use of Shatter is definitely more of a threat. I mean, when you have Shatter, you're basically just kind of threatening the other team, saying like, hey, you can't go here or I will kind of like disable you for a little bit. But the use of Grav and Blizzard together kind of seems like a waste to me.
I honestly think they just wanted to clean it up as much as possible, because coming on to this fight, they're going to have less ults. And their economy isn't the best right now. Yeah, but Portal gets YOLO God. He just charges right in there. The fight is in their favor. They lose Peter, but look at that. They can win. I want to say, wait, going for the C9, but it doesn't matter.
It's way too long. Oh,
and the charge! Oh my god. Fertile Suck. He's already dead, dude. Look at that. Lucio's sitting down there just vibing. He's gone. He's out of here. We're in one fight territory. True Samurai getting off, going straight onto the Doomfist because he doesn't have Mercy anymore.
Oh yeah, I mean, not only that, but like, I mean, playing that Pharah Genji is just, it's such an, it's like an old fight.
I don't think you should run it with double shield regardless, because you don't have the ability to run in. Look at this. Immediately the ultimate from Sigma popping
Sigma
out.
Gets 2 or 3.
Sound barrier coming out, make sure everyone stays alive. The charge! Oh my god, he gets halted for a second, which actually helps him get the charge off on True Samurai. That's not a pick that you want to lose right now. True Samurai can easily punch out, and this is going to actually help from hold right here, as immediately Peter picks off the Sigma. Immediately throwing out the Mei ult just to make sure they can. Yeah. What a play. Juice accidentally killing off his friend.
Yeah, I mean, looking at where like what kind of went wrong there for the Bark. I mean, the one thing that I could think is that it seemed like Juice just wasn't getting value out of pulls. The only pull that I saw that really did something was when he comboed it with the blade and with the barrage. But pull is on like what, a 10 or an 8-second cooldown, and it has the ability to basically just be a mini grav. It allows you to pull people into an area of danger that they normally wouldn't be in. So if you're not getting value out of that cooldown, then I mean, Orisa just doesn't do as much.
Honestly, I think right after they wasted the Pharah Genji ult, and it just in the end they lost still the point. They should have immediately switched. Sure, their ult economy was still there, but at least they could have tried something new with that last push.
Yeah, I mean,
See now wait, are we actually going to be seeing from the attackers? Are we going to be seeing the Bash? They want to just finish this. They're sitting here, but they're gonna have almost. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, it looks like I mean, definitely the Bark is gonna want to be able to play high ground. They want to be able to poke people off cart, but they choose that Lucio so they can quickly rotate around and not lose the positional battle.
I feel so bad. I feel like they know that Hangzhou Bark is going to be running double shield, which is why they're running the Bastion. They're just able to point, click. They're going to be looking at them like, nah! Like they're just holding it. They're just spewing at them.
Yeah. Oh, there's a little dance going on in spawn.
Oh, that's that. All right, we're gonna have to find them for cult-like actions inside of the
I mean, the issue is once a Bastion is set up on the payload, it's so hard to dislodge. They're running protect the president right now. Look at that, they just have free reign. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna try and take a sightline battle with a Bastion, you're gonna lose 100% of the time. Yeah, it's like we said in the last time we casted. If you try to fight a Bastion and you're giving him space to see, you've already lost. Honestly, there's nothing they can do. They waste the immortality to look for something May, trying to just freeze the Bastion, but it doesn't matter. They're adding so much pressure. Immortality right on, Bastion sticking back in the... Sir, getting the May. Oh no, they've already been picked. Torbjorn has free range. He gets the hammer kill! He's insane! Nero gets the interview. With the hammer kill. Nero gets the interview because it doesn't matter what they try to do. No matter what the Bark try, it's already over. The flock easily entering in. They're going to be walking right now, and it seems that the flock win 3-1 in a very dominant performance after map 2. Yeah, you could almost say that map 1 was kind of a fluke. I mean, like, the flock really did pull it back for these last 3. And yeah. Apparently, Akahap wants to, oh, never mind. They wanted us to interview Portal, but I do kind of want to give it to Nero, just because Nero's been playing kind of out of his skin today. Yeah, I mean... There... I'll go with whatever interview you want to do. I mean, I do want to do, I'm gonna be seeing... I do want Nero, because he just had a very consistent performance within that. Get in. He's gonna get dragged or whatever. Akahap is aimbotting on Moira. Big true, dude. Sure. Here we are. Hello. Oh, welcome.
Hello, how are you guys?
We're doing pretty good. How do you feel about your win?
A little disappointed that we lost the first map, but overall, I think we're happy about how not close it became at the end.
Yeah, we're gonna let Puppy start off with the questions, then we'll go off with me. Yeah, so we saw that you guys, like, even after the first map where your brawl comp kind of wasn't working out on control, we saw that you guys kind of stuck with it through the next 3 maps and had tons of success. Like, was that your game plan coming in, or was that just more of like a comfort pick y'all had?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a comfort pick. I would say that the issues that caused a ball to not work on map 1 were very easily identified, and we knew we could fix them pretty quickly. So we still think it's the best comp for this meta, and once we got out those kinks, just like, calling attention to things that we normally don't do, we felt comfortable running ball into whatever they would throw at us.
Mm-hmm. Gordo?
Oh, yeah. I mean, amazing performance. I think you had by far the best performance in the game. You played very consistently on that May. What was the idea with how you won those team fights? Like, what things did you exploit out of the enemy team that helped you win?
Well, I would say that their ult economy, they like to save what I call, like, enabler ults to stack them. Like, think of it like this. A nano blade... In that combo, the nano is the enabler, and the blade is the finisher. So a nano by itself isn't necessarily going to win you a fight, but a blade potentially could. So what they were doing is a lot of the time they were stacking one of those two types and not like getting combos in properly. So if once we knew that, we were able to exploit the ult economy using what we would consider a better ult economy, and just keep pushing them, keep making sure that what they used was not proper, and then what we did was.
Yeah, that's actually really good insight.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that you guys were able to notice that.
And I have one question that I hope you can give me a proper answer. What happened to Akahap on y'all's attack on Volskaya, where he decided he wanted to walk off the map? Was that
Right. So Akahap, he's fantastic. He's probably the best support player I've ever played with. Right.
Mhm.
But sometimes he likes to use the purple orb, and sometimes that purple orb gets him into bad scenarios. So I personally don't know exactly what kind of
Yeah, I hope you guys will be putting him into training camp just to make sure he doesn't fall off map again. That was very sad. I kind of cried a bit.
Yeah, well, we still won that map. So
Yeah,
I think
you still won it.
Yeah, no, y'all definitely turned around after the first map, and I was very
Yeah.
impressed with how clean y'all played and how well you engaged as a team.
Yeah. Did you feel pressured by anyone on the enemy team?
Personally speaking, not really. I knew that the double shield comp was a little bit annoying to deal with at the beginning, so that was something we were focusing on particularly going into the second map. But I wouldn't say it's like, oh, that particular Orisa player or that particular Reinhardt player is someone that's pressuring us in a degree that we can't handle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Cool.
Who do you think on your team really helped? I guess like lead you into the win. I always ask this for every team who wins, just because I like to know who do you think really kind of helps you stay calm, stay focused, and to win this.
I would say that like a lot of our team, they're super calming in the moment. Like when I'm playing the match, I'm just like nonstop stream of consciousness, right? But when we're losing, sometimes I go quiet. Sometimes the whole team goes quiet. But Surf and Akahap, they're always there to keep the mental up. They're always there to crack jokes when we're losing. They're making sure that we don't get tilted. So I would say that those two in particular help us keep our cool throughout the match.
Yeah, this is some good love. Puppy, any more questions?
No, I think I'm all good. Thank you for coming in for our interview.
Yeah, do you have any comments for anyone who will be listening to the recording, the enemy team, to your a shout out to your coaches, just anything?
What's that team we lost to 2 weeks ago? Wait, no, easy clap, easy clap, easy clap.
Yeah.
Easy clap, we're coming for you.
Ooh.
I'm just sorry that you're gonna lose 3-0 in the finals, but it's kind of something that's
man.
necessary.
Yeah, that's what we like to
Nice.
see.
Well,
We'll
congrats
hold
on
you to
y'all's
it.
win. Yeah.
Thank you. You get to go now. You get to go relax, have a nice bubble bath, go play some quick play, do whatever you want.
All right. Thank you. Have a nice
Congrats.
day.
Anytime.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Cool.
Oh my god. What an amazing performance coming out of the flock. A bit underperforming by the Hangzhou Park, but we hope to see them coming better next time.
Yeah. I mean, like just Flock's ability to play consistently and take their engages cleanly was, that's what won the fight in the end.
Yeah, and
That
the
won
hammer
the
kill
entire
really,
map, yeah.
the hammer kill sealed it off there.
Icing
but-
on the cake.
Yeah, any lasting comments before we go, Puppy?
No, but otherwise, I think that the Flock has almost, I think they're pretty close to solidifying their second place berth, and
Yeah.
hopefully they, hopefully they can have success in the playoffs.
Yeah, I hope to see if any teams listen to this that they realize that we're very close to the playoffs. So errors are going to need to be minimized. You need to have, like what the Flock did, realize your problems mid-match. Your players need to be as smart as the coaches almost to if you want to be winning this. But without anything else to say, my name's Gordo. This is Puppy here with me, and we'd love to give an amazing shout out to our recorder, Mr. Zach. Zach, get yourself over here.
Zach, say hi. Do it. You
No,
won't.
you.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah, just amazing love to him for recording, sitting here dealing with everything. Always give love to your recorders and streamers.
Yeah. And thank you for everyone who's tuning in. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, remember, stay in K-pop. Goodbye.
What?